Hello. Probably. Only one ear, though. Hello. Probably. Only one ear, though. Oh, yeah, it definitely was. Hello, good sir. Alright. Now we're in both ears. Isn't that magical? Hello, everyone. Look at that. And now I've got my headphones. More better? I hope that's more better. Okay. Audio input capture. Audio output capture. Properties. This is going to be the sound bar. The sound bar's down a bit. F for Ryan. It sounds different. I think he said he was going to be on the thing. Let me check. Okay. I'll join the thing. I don't know if it'll really matter, but I joined the thing. Alright, is everybody ready to mock me with where I am in Cyberpunk?
That was a little bit of a clusterfuck.
With the streaming quality, yeah, you were. I got back a little while ago, and I was watching it, and it like chunked out really bad, and I was like, "Oh, you must be having upload problems." But then it kept going, so it was fine.
No, but I mean, Krista also tried to. Oh, there she is.
Are you guys not getting my messages on OBS? Because it was in the group chat. It was like, "Hey, I can just take over," and then no one responded.
Well, you both did, but Krista just was there first. Krista was in the. You were in the text chat, but Krista and I were in the voice chat.
Yeah. So it got like weird for a second, and then everyone was like, "Who's streaming? I'm streaming. Let's go."
I don't know.
Yeah, I had passed out, so I was like asleep, and then I got the message, and I was like, "Oh, who was sick?" And I like ran downstairs.
It's it was good. I'd say it started at 8:30, and I didn't notice it till like 8:45, and then that was it.
And then it just kind of declined.
It was in and out. It wasn't as bad as it was that first time because that was just, consistently dead. This would pop back in and work for maybe, like 2, 3, 4 minutes at a time.
Huh. Strange.
Very annoying.
I don't even know if I've got my OBS stuff set up so that it's not going to drop frames constantly, but
Go ahead.
I guess we'll find out.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
It was stuttering a little bit because I don't think my hardware is good enough to do both
At the same time.
Were you playing on Ultra, or just like regular like settings?
That's just whatever the preset was. I changed the resolution and I didn't change any of the other settings. Did you turn off nudity, Wendell?
Oh
no,
yeah.
I need to do that. Oh no.
And music.
I did turn the music off. Where's the nudity thing?
It's in gameplay, maybe. I don't know. It's in one. It's not in the same one as the copyright music mode.
I can't decide if I like the cursor in this game or not. Something about the square unsettles me.
The UI is not great. The worst thing about it is it doesn't always register your button presses and stuff, which is very frustrating.
I guess I could play it less than 4K in order for the stream to be reasonable.
Unacceptable.
What does slow HDD mode do? I imagine it has to do with the auto loading, because the game tries to load in the background. It actually doesn't. It does more than try. I've never had a loading screen unless I'm fast traveling. Yeah, some people say that nudity is okay as long as it's just in the game. I don't know.
I I saw one streamer who got in trouble for it on this game, so I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I imagine they
it's-
can't look at everybody's, but if you were a bigger channel, maybe it would matter. We're not that big though.
I don't know. Nobody tell on us. So we'll just,
Yeah,
we'll just roll the
Twitch.
dice here.
Where is
It's
it?
there's one like the Johnny Silverhand part. The girl's just not wearing pants the entire time,
Oh.
but the angle is always just enough to hide it.
Wouldn't it be gameplay? I would think. Wendell, I'm glad you have all your fingers, mate.
Oh yeah, I dropped some heavy stuff on my toe. It was bad.
Oh,
Did you get the place cleaned out?
No, but I got. There's a plan now. It might be possible to complete it in approximately 2 weeks.
What you mean? Just going back on weekends or
No,
two solid weeks?
it'll be two solid weeks of just like probably 1 or 2 more helpers, just loading a truck, 7 hours a day, and then at the end of the day, bring the truck back. Just, it's insane. The
Which
trash,
toe?
my left little toe. It's
ooh.
Oh, you don't need that.
the toenail's already black, so it's great.
Make sure you got to drill one of those little relief holes into it so it doesn't get too much pressure.
Doesn't get infected. Yeah, I can feel it. It's definitely letting me know it's there. It's letting me know
I
it's there
had,
to the extent that like this bone that's like around the side of my head and the top and like the top of my eye socket also hurts in addition to my toe. So it's like, wow, that must be like, that's a lot.
There's a nerve or something like that. I lost my little pinky fingernail when I was young because I was holding on to a billiards ball, and someone sidearm threw another billiards ball, and they met with my pinky in between them,
Oh no!
and that just came off and grew back. I was like, all right, that was weird.
Oh.
That's,
I've heard horror stories about people losing toenails on trails, like if they're wearing ill-fitted shoes and you're just bumping the front of that foot on that shoe all day.
George
my-
Takei,
My
Mr.
fear.
Sulu, his feet look like the result of like the foot binding that they used to do.
To your health.
Was that
Yours,
was that
kid.
China or Japan?
Gonna
That's
need it.
China. He's Japanese.
And so when he was on the Howard Stern show, they were like, George, what the hell is wrong with your feet? I can't remember why he had his feet out, but I think maybe
Thanks,
somebody
Nix.
bought him some shoes or something or some socks, and he was like, oh, I'm gonna try these on. He whipped out those feet, and everybody was like almost vomiting.
Got a shard for you.
And his excuse,
Interesting stuff.
I mean, listen to the insanity of this. He was
See what
going
you
to
got.
one of those gay bathhouses back in the day, which had
Your helmet's
transitioned
not on
into a
any
gay
camera,
running
not
club.
officially anyway. But
So
he does pop
there was a
up
bunch
in
of guys who
GMT's
love to run and
confidential
also
stacks.
happen to bang each other
It's a
afterwards.
Kang Tao subsidiary.
And
Chinese Corp. Kang
One of the
Tao's been
guys he
using
was
them as a
banging-
fig leaf
Well, I mean,
Low
my windows
Navy,
in.
no ground
Oh.
support, no linked
I-
cargo manifests.
I was trying to lower the game volume and I must
Sure,
have lowered
Kang
you
Tao
guys. Sorry.
sometimes transports stuff unregistered if they want to push
A
it to
night
the
of
table.
technical problems
But
in the stream.
catch the load on this AV. Already approved in
That
the
was
system,
operator error.
but too low. So definitely no cargo on board. But there's a passenger list.
How
Okay.
far
You
is it?
serious now?
Security detail plus one vehicle
How far am I?
transfer from Chen.
I'm at
No, they're
the.
complaining that they didn't get to hear the end of the story.
That was the good news.
Oh, go ahead then.
Oh yeah, okay. So the guy he was banging bought him some really nice shoes, but they were way too small, but he ran with them anyway because he didn't want to hurt that guy's feelings, and now he has claw feet.
Pick up the pace.
What's the bad news?
Bad news is the
It
extraction.
loses something the second time, I think, but
Night City airspace.
it was funny the first time. I mean, not really funny because that sucks for George Takei. But
But I mean,
And here,
such a weird thing that you couldn't just pull them aside and be like, listen, I really like these.
But they don't fit my feet. Yeah.
And by the way,
That's some cheese counter energy.
I'm a rich actor and I can just get the proper version of these. Actually, I could do that without telling you this. There's so many solutions to that problem.
Yeah.
Gonna need a native to the area. Someone who'll set up the
Yeah, or just like, well, I don't know. I guess maybe he was running with the guy. But I was like, couldn't you just wear them like whenever you knew you were gonna see him, and then just wear your normal shoes, like even if you didn't want to hurt his feelings?
Well, it was a running club, so I imagine they met up, you know, a lot.
Yeah.
Well, plus there's the whole, you know, they were banging each other afterwards, so I'm sure that's a huge motivator to get you run in.
Does not sound enticing. Not for her and not for me.
Enticing comes at a price you can't possibly afford.
No, your feet change pretty like significantly.
Your operation?
Well, you gotta think every step is
Yeah.
doing something.
Yeah. Well, like with hiking and stuff, if you do it long enough, your feet can grow like a whole shoe size just because your feet flatten out.
Pan Am moves merch for me. Last job? Well,
Wendell,
She
let
run
me
into
pull
a
up the
hitch.
stream.
Yeah, see, I've got the
How far in the game are you at this point?
Yellow shirt lady.
Pan Am will do anything to get the load back. Means her dignity. I know her.
Is her name Rogue?
Yeah.
Hey, guess I can try to
Of course it
help her.
is.
Oh,
we don't
yeah.
know
So
what
one of the
Rogue
things
can
I
do.
like about
I do.
there's a lot of old characters in this game, and it's like she's a really old woman, but she's just heavily
Let me hear what you know.
cosmetically
Rocky
adjusted,
Ridge,
but you can
ghost
tell.
town just outside Night City. Pan Am knows where. You'll go there, get the merch back. Wheels too. Naturally, you'll call her.
Are there any
first.
kids in this game? That was one thing that kind of took me out of it a little bit. Is like you didn't see any young, like super young people.
Good
You know,
luck.
I didn't notice them until tonight when I was streaming, and now I'm seeing them everywhere.
Shit.
Because it seems
Look.
like from the clips I've seen, just watching it on streams, that the majority of your like hangout places are like bars and stuff, and I'm like, well, that makes sense because you know they're trying to go with a certain aesthetic, and like you're in like the criminal underground, I guess. But like, you know, if you were in a city, you would see children and like schools and daycares and grocery stores and
Yeah, they're wandering around. They kind of look a little uncanny valley. They don't. They look like just tiny people to me a little bit.
Great. Fuck.
turns out and whether you can still kill them though. Skyrim wouldn't let you.
Also, how long are the elevator rides in this game?
Listen, they gotta
Yeah.
deliver that exposition somehow.
This thing between you and Rogue.
Yeah, it is pretty common for Johnny Silverhands to show up during elevator rides.
But I'm overextended at the moment.
With the merch and your car, getting them back, I can help.
Don't do grocery stores in 2077, only vending machines.
The one hugging the city line. We'll meet there.
See ya.
I guess maybe because they've stopped selling them, but I'm surprised Taco Bell was on board with the XXL burrito being the thing in the game.
I haven't encountered that yet.
Because you just haven't noticed it. It's every third vending machine. But Taco Bell literally had the XXL burrito.
Either they don't know about it yet, or they're like, whatever, that's just free advertising for us.
Maybe.
To a crowd that genuinely loves Taco Bell being
They
gaming.
could have brought back the Judge Dredd Taco Bell thing for the dystopian future.
I'm surprised we haven't encountered like Judge Dredd or I'm really surprised that they haven't worked in a cameo with it was I can't remember, I've forgotten. There was something that was like a scene out of a movie earlier in the game, and it was like one of those like Mel Brooks movies from like the 80s, and it's like this scene is basically like a cyberpunk version of the Mel Brooks scene, but they didn't have any Easter eggs or anything. Uh-oh. Did it die?
No, it seems to be okay for me so far.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I see video.
I think we're like your game is a little bit behind, though. Like, you'll mention something in the game and it takes a second for us to see it, because we're watching it on Twitch.
Can we thank Grizzle's crap internet for bringing us all together? Hey, we're lucky I got back at a reasonable hour. There was nobody anywhere. There was no traffic on the way there at all. It was just dead. And then on the way back, it was like bumper to bumper.
It's weird. At the beginning of November, it seemed like the holiday shopping was in full tilt, but now it seems to have scaled back considerably. Oh, there's a kid. Turn around. Oh, never mind. You're not anywhere near my.
Oh, I did see the child though, briefly on Twitch. Yeah.
There was a kid right there. Oh, there's a different kid. Don't they look like tiny adults a little bit? Maybe that one's okay.
He's not with an adult though. Like he's just wandering the streets by himself, which is
he
a
looks
little
so
weird.
like his spirit's been crushed.
Yeah.
Like he just got off a job down at the soap factory.
Is he wearing spandex?
I
No.
think
Yes.
it's leather.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's not with an adult, so that's a little immersion breaking. Oh, he's just walking the street here. Can you adopt kids like you can in Skyrim?
I've not tried.
I used to install a mod in Skyrim to allow myself to adopt more children. 'Cause it limits you to 2.
That could definitely. I could see some angry right-wing articles being written if you can adopt a child as a transgender character.
But look at him. He's wearing spandex pants in the heat, walking back and forth down the street with no parent. Wonder if they open this game up to modders. I mean, if it's Bethesda, certainly, but I don't know about. Do people do mods for The Witcher? I haven't played it, so I'm not sure.
Oh god,
I
did you
don't know
fix
if
the
they open that
game?
up.
Mine says Minecraft, sorry.
Oh, right.
I changed it, but it was after you started, I think.
Oh, right. God, I forget the Twitch is weird like that.
Yeah, it doesn't update that in real time.
Do you think the water is polluted? Just like in general, or like
That's kind of a joke in
in
the
this
game.
particular city? Yeah.
Yeah, one of the vending machines sells quote unquote real water.
And in some of the dialogue and stuff, like the little random things that you can find and read, I've been reading, and it talks about how like all the buildings collect rainwater, and you're just drinking rainwater, and that not rainwater is like a premium or whatever.
Maybe you do. I only drink Chromatica.
RPing real life in the game.
See now, Wendell, you got to get in on the burritos because you got half health right now. But if you grab a burrito, it's gonna pull that right up for you.
I saw there were like a lot of noodle carts and stuff as well.
Let's see. I can eat this, right? Oh yeah, burrito XXL. There we
Yeah,
go.
I would just get it from a vending machine. I never bother with my inventory because they're everywhere. They have good
Is there
lore,
an
yeah, they
animation
do.
for eating?
It's well written. No, there's no.
Uh,
It's just a click and a crunching sound. I like the Keanu Reeves story a lot. I mean, that's an interesting character. It's definitely not where I think they were going to go with this character. It's nice to see Keanu in a really a real bad guy role.
was there a
And the
postal
whole-
worker there?
Which backstory did you go with, Wendell?
Nomad.
Me too. Unfortunate. We could have seen two different, but it's so appealing. It's like, oh, the libertarians, yes.
I almost went with the Corpo, but then it was like, eh.
That's too close
What?
to real life.
But I love how everybody hates the corpos,
Yeah.
and it's just okay to kill them.
I'm also like, I've done a few jobs where like it's been a police assist, and it's just like this rando shows up with like a pump shotgun, and the police are like, "Yeah, get in there and get him." And it's like, I don't think that's how the police would react if a rando with a shotgun showed up.
Not in
that's-
2020.
That system's not perfect because they have those organized crime ones, and it's like you show up and the radio comes on. It's like, hey, police subcontractors, there's organized crime in this area, and I go in shooting, and then the street cops start shooting at me. And you don't want to fuck around with the max tac. Have you done like a GTA All Star shooting everybody in the street yet?
No, not yet.
They don't fuck around.
See, this looks like a RoboCop joke just waiting to happen.
Oh, I think that's Max Tech. Scan them.
Yeah, or Militech.
Oh, that's different. That's a corpo.
ED
Just ordered
219.
a burrito. I'm sorry, what?
ED 219. Yeah, that's what I was trying to remember. Just order a burrito.
I do love burritos. I like the big XXL burrito from Taco Bell. I don't know why they discontinued that.
You know, they discontinued the grilled stuffed as well.
That's the same thing.
Oh, okay.
It
Well,
went from the grilled stuffed burrito to the XXL grilled stuffed burrito.
do you know
Oh,
what?
there's another child wandering by himself.
The other day, just through a weird series of events, the other day I ended up having something that was vaguely like the old chicken Caesar chicken wrap that Long John Silver's used to sell. Oh, I miss that.
You know what I found out? And I don't know if this is true in the U.S. or in Korea. I think it's the U.S. The McDonald's snack wrap is like the number 2 seller or number 3 seller.
Huh.
And I don't think I've ever had it.
I don't think I have either.
I noticed
Trying
that
to
Taco
remember.
Bell knocked a lot of the stuff off their menu when the beef shortages happened.
I always get chicken anyway.
Yeah, same. I actually got a local Mexican place the other day.
There are a few things in this world more disappointing than getting home from Taco Bell and finding out that they gave you beef instead of chicken.
Oh yeah.
I've never had that happen.
What? You are very lucky.
Wendell, are you holding down shift?
Yeah.
Let it go. You'll run faster.
Oh.
it's a toggle.
Wow. Look
It's
at that.
not supposed to be a toggle. It's just that fucked up key thing going on.
Bug free.
I like have you had the bugs where there's supposed to be non-player characters interacting with the environment, like taking drinks of glasses and stuff like that, and not only is the motion unsynchronized, there's like stuff moving around the room by itself.
Yeah, it's got a lot of that. I don't know if I've found any that are game breaking yet, though. Although just before, like when I was streaming, I was in a dark room, and it said follow the lights, and I could not figure it out. Look at this little tiny car.
Oh.
That costs way too much money.
Let's hear a critical review of the visuals. That's the one thing I could say you can't really criticize in this game.
Oh, it looks fantastic.
Yeah,
How
like
much-
criticizing performance, criticizing, maybe parts of the script, whatever. But like, it looks amazing.
Now
How
I'm
much cash,
go ahead.
how much cash you got?
Like 15,000.
Everything is wet. It's raining and it's foggy.
I've got RTX. I think Ryan, you do not have RTX.
No.
You're not
So you
missing
get those
much.
like dynamic reflections and
Looking at it through Twitch is not a representation, but it doesn't look wildly different from this.
Since we're gonna work together, only right to say hello.
one professional opinion. I haven't played the game, so I wouldn't feel comfortable giving like a super detailed breakdown of the UI. I also noticed the cursor though, and thought it was strange.
Oh, what's this?
Right, go ahead. See, no
It's like, what's her name in Transformers? The hot chick that you never heard from again.
Someone comes to me with biz, I take care of it. I eat, sleep, and breathe biz. Remember that.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Have you...
You need fresh wheels, bikes? I got
Try
it
not
all.
to talk over the game
Real good
audio, but it's so
prices.
constant.
So hit me
Yeah.
up anytime, you hear?
I don't get what all these people are doing calling me constantly.
Hey,
Yeah, it's
kinda-
almost as bad as the telemarketers.
I was gonna say GTA because GTA that happens constantly too.
we can help each other. Rogue said so.
Oh, this is the next...
All right.
This is the mission I'm on in the game.
Oh, you guys are right around the same part, right?
No, I'm way further ahead than he is. You just don't have to do everything in order.
Oh.
He has $14,000. I have $80,000, and yet we're on the same mission.
This is the order that it's taken me in. I don't know.
Yeah. I went
Hey,
off
come
and
on.
did side missions a
Calm
lot.
down.
Don't tell me what to do.
Fine. Know where to find the car.
I like that Cyberpunk's still trying to make bodysuits happen.
Alone, you won't get 'em
They're
back,
not gonna happen.
and you could lose something else besides. So let's figure something out.
I can't,
What do you want?
like, coming back from PlayStation to PlayStation, I'm trying to figure out, do the characters change clothes?
Won't be easy. Want to know I can count on you.
I've seen this character in other streams, and she's always wearing this
You know the
outfit.
job.
But that might have
Contact
just been
AV
me
routers
watching.
to Jackson
You
Place.
guys were all at the same point in
That
the
should
game.
help us.
Because
Yeah,
the one
I
girl,
doubt it.
Judy,
Gonna be a guy
I
on
feel like she might have
Talk to
changed
him.
clothes once during the game. Because, you know, you see them over the course of time.
Juggalo Turtle gifted a tier 1 sub. Thank you, Juggalo Turtle.
Back what's yours.
That'd be a nice detail
Got a deal?
if they did change their clothes.
Yeah, and I think they do,
I
but I can't be for sure.
all right, deal. But if you want your thing done, we'll need to get my phone back.
There's the hoarder in me that's like, do I need that?
Strip
Are you
apart.
constantly over encumbered in this game?
You're
Yes.
supposed to know where that is. Car's there, goods are there.
Nash, you dirt-eating bastard. I will strangle you.
Rocky Ridge. Let's go.
Hang on. I should think this through.
I like the car aesthetic. It's kind of a mixture
Yes.
of
We'll need
70s and
We
modern
have one
day.
brief stop to make.
Also, the lights
Wanna
are
tell me
never
where?
symmetrical, which is weird.
Give me a second. I should call the client. Convince them to leave the bastard hanging.
Even on nice cars? Like people who have really fancy cars, their
Well,
things aren't
I guess-
symmetrical.
I guess some of them are, but like this one, for example, and the
Nash
one
is
that they
gonna pass
start
the
you with.
merge in Rocky Ridge. The thing is, the motherfucker screwed me over. Boss, I will take care of it. I just need you to give me a chance. Boss,
I like how they're always
come on.
smoking cigarettes.
How many times have I moved
Yeah,
this
Well, that's
forward?
Johnny Silverhand. He's a
How many
ghost.
times have I
I know.
But it's like
But even
literally
some other
everybody.
characters.
my word.
Yeah.
And it's constant.
Okay. No, don't call off the meat. Just don't show
And
up.
I'm like, surely we
I'll
would have
take
moved
care
on
of
to
it.
vapes by this time.
Do you even have to ask?
You don't know
Of
that's not a
course I
vape.
will. Thanks, boss. You won't
B-Boy
regret it.
Nitrous says gifted a tier 1 sub to me. And thank you, B-Boy
I've bought us
Nitrous.
some time.
So, where to now?
The Aldecaldo camp. I need to see some of the old clan.
Don't seem too excited.
That's not your concern. I still have friends there.
Good, let's roll.
Get
Some
in.
of, sometimes the dialogue, like the non-gold dialogue, is actually better. Like it unlocks more options.
Yeah, that's that old RPG trope where it's like, I kind of just want to get through this, but I need to explore everything.
Yeah, I assume that's just a way so they can deliver more exposition if you're the kind of player who enjoys that thing.
Yes, exactly.
One time,
Problem?
on one of these quests, it gave me more clues and places to go. It seemed like I got through something quicker, but maybe not.
How the hell did you land in this?
Woo!
The air freshener and booster seat came extra.
You know I don't mean the car.
What am I supposed to tell you? That I'm not about to let my partner rob me and get away with it? That my fixer made me look like a goddamn fool? What about you? Why do you need that clown from the AV?
Her eyes are glowing
This
weirdly.
particular clown's got intel I need. And I'm
Probably got
running
an
out of
implant.
time to get it.
But
Oh.
this is the
I don't know if
RTX
that's an
Halos
implant.
too. It's like, eh.
So why didn't she
That's
tell
part
me
of
she knew
the
about
doll technology.
You better not
It
be under
you can
whatever
change your
you
hair and eye color on demand to suit your John.
Rogue's Queen of the Afterlife.
One thing that I really like about this game that I haven't seen in a lot of others is like I love how they animate the characters' faces while they talk.
She rose to
That's
the
a
top
nice
because she
detail.
reads people. So what if she
And
can't
probably a
read
pain in
herself?
the ass to actually program and do for every character in the game.
Yeah, they got. If you go and look in a mirror, you can walk your character through all the emotions.
Must have had her reason.
I too do that in front of the mirror sometimes.
Rogue won't open her mouth
You
and
might
talk
be a
about the
Cyberpunk
forward
character
events,
because
what to spill and what to withhold.
You look like the person they told me means sadness on that flashcard.
You know, is this
You're-
like you see this weird like Halo thing that's happening?
Yeah, the bloom.
Yeah. Is this what Nvidia was so upset about that they were going to cut off hardware unboxed? It's kind of the drama this weekend.
I saw a review someone did of this game in particular, and they said this was a big problem they had when it was sunny in the game. Like, you would constantly get that halo.
But I noticed that in a lot of games. And it's a real effect. I mean, it happens to you if you walk out of the dark into the light. I don't know that it makes things any more fun.
After working on the car, she should have washed her hands. You know, RT Chaser, I've discovered I've discovered the joy of those like black they're latex gloves, but it's like the thick black rubber kind. And
Nitrile, I think is what they're.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh, those are incredible. Because I don't lose sensitivity in my fingers, but I can do all sorts of really horrible things and then just take the gloves off.
Those were hard to find for a while. I don't know if they're back yet.
We usually keep those for food handling anyway.
Is this an homage to the windmill section on GTA?
You mean the best part of GTA?
Almost there. We'll gather my guys, then ride to
These windmills
That
seem like
makes
they've
sense.
seen better days.
They look like cosmic horror windmills.
It's only providing power to literally everyone in the city. Don't worry about, keeping that infrastructure up.
Ooh, $10 reward.
Look what the cat dragged in. Is that a ghost or is it just my hangover?
Fuck you too.
Ooh.
Who's this?
My babysitter. V, this is Scorpion. Mitch. Two old friends.
I like that he bothers to ask who you are without just scanning everything like everyone else does. Would greetings become obsolete in a society like this?
But
Oh.
not everybody's got the ocular implant.
Yeah, the fixer guy also said that, or fixer guy, the guy that did my ocular implant said that I just show up as a blurry face on everybody else's implants.
Saul needed
Oh.
Need your help.
With what? What's this about?
Raffin screwed Pan Am. Plan is to show him that was a bad idea.
How bad did they get you?
Bad enough to make me sit quietly through all your bullshit.
You know we would do anything for you.
But now? Now's hard.
Seriously? You won't help?
Well, the old man told us to sit tight and get those generators back up after the batteries went kaput.
Generators? You won't help because of some goddamn generators? Is this another joke?
Really could use your help.
Just got the banana sticker QR implant.
Not this time. We're needed here.
Fuck. I don't believe
Can I just fix your generators? I'm pretty handy with the
You
machine
say
thing.
Because Saul told you to. You couldn't care less about me.
Pan Am.
This isn't about Saul. It's about the clan. You know that.
Listen, we can't leave camp. No chance. But Saul never
Did you,
said a thing about gear.
Which direction are you taking your character progression in?
Okay.
It's fairly balanced
I'll
right
leave that
now.
rifle of yours. And some of my own stuff.
I think the only thing that I don't have a lot of points in is
And
cool.
Take care of yourself out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also ignored cool,
Thanks,
and
guys.
yet I sneak around
I'll grab the
constantly. It's
gear.
like
I'll be
Skyrim.
out of here.
I was like, I'm gonna go for the pistol build, and I'm constantly sneaking around using quick hacks.
Looks like you're stuck with me.
Mm-hmm.
You disappointed?
I don't know.
What is this?
Maybe a little.
Why is there just money laying here?
It's a test to see if you take it.
I failed.
And that's how you know if you're trustworthy or not. Just like in Eastern Kentucky with your jewelry.
Pizza box or landmine? I can't tell.
Cumin and chili. Hey, Pan Am. Are you staying a while?
That's interesting. They have two pizza companies at least, because the other one is Buck a Slice.
Just gonna steal your food real quick. Ooh.
Hey, Pat.
What is? Oh, I can fast travel from here. Nice.
There's a kid.
Everything sucks.
Are all the kids wearing hats? I think every kid I've seen has been wearing a hat. Do they have a hard time with the kids' faces?
I wonder, yeah. That would make sense.
Have you brought someone new? Does
What do you want, Redog?
Want to see what you got in stock.
Browse to your heart's
It's just looking at me and.
Okay,
There's a variety of different kind of stores on the map, and one of them is it's like, oh, it's you'll never know what you'll find here. And I went to it, and they were just selling dildos.
maybe it'll be like that one game where you can weaponize those.
You can buy them. I don't know what you can do with them. I didn't pick one up.
Rude dog.
Also, Wendell, have you done the crafting, upgrading stuff at all?
A little bit.
According to the chat, it's more economical to junk than it is to sell in most cases.
Wow. Even the guns?
Yeah, because if you find a legendary gun or a unique gun, you can just keep upgrading it, and it might be your best gun. Although so far, that hasn't proven true for me.
That one's gonna go too.
Imagine you're the person who had to record Everything Sucks. I watched a short clip of I think it was actually a little girl who does Ike in South Park, and they were coaching her to read those horrific lines. And when you see the actual child doing it, it's way more disturbing.
I wonder how they justify that, or like,
Millions of dollars.
yeah.
It seemed like it was the kid's father who was doing the coaching.
Now remember, babe, if you ever repeat these lines in public, you'll be severely punished.
But it was a very young girl, because Ike's a very young character, and he had to do it in very, very short bursts.
What is this? Uh-oh.
What's inside?
A few odds and ends that should be
Ralph
useful.
subscribed. Thank
Take
you,
it.
Ralph.
Oh, thanks,
All right,
Ralph.
that's everything. Let's go.
Oh no. What did I do?
Figure out your differences with Saul. Will you come back?
Did you find the lightsaber yet? I certainly
Head out.
haven't.
You'll stop by later.
Oh, there's a Ripper Doc over there.
How many hours
can
would you
do some
say you
upgrades.
have in the game so far?
I don't know. The Steam number is probably a little bit too high, because this game runs beautifully in the background.
Put it in the trunk.
Tabbing in this game, if you're at 1080 and you tab back out into 4K, it is seamless. No other game can figure that out?
The gamers or the developers had to figure that one out, because
Of
that's
all
how
the
they were
bugs
debugging
has,
it.
It seems like that would be one it would, but apparently it doesn't. That's nice.
I'm not ready to go
But,
yet.
yeah, I got quite a few.
I don't want to go yet.
I'm nowhere near. There's Wendell, pop into your menu when you get to a stopping point. There are 3 counters that show you how far you are in the game.
Want to get myself chipped.
I don't remember exactly how to get to them.
Straight to the point. I like it.
Okay. One sec.
Oh, you got to upgrade that operating system.
This thing.
Requirement not met. 10 intelligence. Ouch.
Is it this one?
Actually, you're broke.
Oh wow, yeah.
That would be all your monies.
Oh, do I not have anything in inventory?
See, that's the thing. I don't know if at this point maybe selling your guns is better, because you need cash. I'll tell you, a nice one is the rocket launcher arm, but it's very expensive.
What? I thought there was like a stuff from your inventory kind of a thing.
Yeah, there seems to be like half as many as there.
How do you?
Hang on. Someone's thirsty now.
I wonder if it's.
That must be what she was whining about.
I'm also thirsty. But
Oh.
no one's here to water me.
My items. There we go. Okay, so I don't have any items. Did I pick up one of these? More my items, no. Hands. But I do have... No. Skeleton? No. Other skeleton? Nope. Arms? Nope.
Get into some of those white claws. Those are at the office. I don't like them.
They're probably bad by now, aren't they?
I'm back. How's the crafting system in this game?
Wait.
Is it actually like interesting and useful, or is it just like
Oh,
another mechanic?
It's useful in terms of like sometimes you have to craft ammo and health kits and stuff like that. It's pretty generous in those terms. The upgrade system, so you're constantly picking up better guns, but you can also upgrade your guns. I'm not sure when it's smart to do that, when it's not.
Alright. I'm level 10, and I've got 2 attribute points and 5 perk points. Where should I spend them?
Useful, but it's basic.
What are we drinking for the drunk stream? I don't even know. I think we decided we're probably gonna do that on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, or somewhere through there.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Does this unlock ever?
I'll probably just go with wine. I mean, like,
Yeah, I've got a big bottle of sangria that I usually get from the bulk store, and it usually takes me a while to go through, and I'll probably have plenty of that left over.
you think the bottom one is gonna unlock eventually?
It
Or
says,
was it like we just need this to be symmetrical?
it says you can press and hold to unlock it. Should I do it? See what happens?
What would that be?
Nothing, apparently.
Compassion.
Gender identity.
Where you're not going out right now, sorry. You just went out like an hour ago.
I don't know what I want.
Yeah, I took her out a little bit ago. Rue will just stand at the door and like scratch at it. And she won't even look at me. She'll just keep scratching. She's like, I know if I do this long enough, she'll get up and do it. But she just went out like an hour ago. She's fine. She doesn't need to go out again.
Toast opened up a drawer today, and it's been a long time since he did it because I put foil on them, but now he seems to have overcome his fear of the foil. So I was ignoring him, and he came and sat on my chest, and like he just said he would like just sit there and purr, because every time he does that I pet him, but I didn't because I was mad at him, and he just very slowly takes his paw and like covers up my mouth and nose with it.
What? He's trying to kill you.
I don't know, but I guess he knows if he does that, I will respond. Can we not? Wendell, are you saying stuff? Can we not hear you?
Can you hear me? Can you not hear me?
Is
What?
he muted?
No?
No, he's
Just-
not muted. Not for me. I did see him laughing on stream and did not hear him.
What?
Did you just hear him speak? I didn't.
I didn't either.
Okay, what about now? Nope.
No, we can't hear you.
And we've just been, it's just like, oh, they're ignoring me.
Okay,
I
what
think
about now?
Chat, there
There
you
it
go.
goes.
Ah! Okay, what should I like? Okay, what am I doing? I've got the skill points. I got the thing pulled up. That Ripper Dog took $1,500 from me, even though I didn't get any upgrades.
What are you trying to do?
You wasted its time.
I got 2
Consultancy.
attribute points and 5 perk points.
I mean, it's just however you plan to play the game.
Maybe there's somebody in chat that's like, "Oh, don't miss out on getting this thing or that thing or whatever." I don't know.
I really like the. Do you use the quick hacks in combat?
Sometimes, yeah.
I like the ram cooldown ones. And just the straight weapon damage ones are good.
Yes, excellent. I found my hat. Oh, 9.7 armor on the shades. Wow, that seems excessive.
Some Elton John shade there.
I've heard if you want to get the best like specs on your clothes, you have to just like randomly mix and match them so you look especially crazy. Like you can't just dress your character to look cool.
No fashion souls here.
You crafted some more grenades. Perk required, grease monkey. Epic iconic.
Isn't that the exact same name of the perk in 7 Days to Die?
I didn't take that one.
I don't know. This Ripper Doc has a bunch of stuff. I just don't have any money.
Can look cool or you can min max. It's a matter of lifestyle.
BRB for a second.
There was a time where I would have been the person who was like, I gotta make my character look cool. But I realize now that the stats matter, and it's way more important. Sometimes when I play Skyrim, I'll have like town clothes, so when I go into town, I'll change
I miss my
for that
sister.
maximum RP.
Ooh, I see a purple square.
Oh, there it is. I saw it pop up.
Hello?
I like the kids just standing around. Like, you never see them, like, playing or anything. That kid has a gun.
That kid's playing with a gun, yeah.
Oh, was it wearing a hat?
He is wearing a hat. He's got a little beanie on.
It's wearing hats.
He's got a gun, too.
Can't do nothing to me.
It's interesting that kids are always just standing around completely still. As they do, you know, in real life. Definitely not wiggle worms, kids.
The kid gets antsy and he just starts shooting the pistol into the ground. Ah! Click, 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 click,
Yeah,
click.
somehow I don't think like a 7-year-old would have great trigger discipline.
Can go. Hop in.
Train a 7-year-old. Be tough to find a gun that would fit in their little hands, though.
Yeah, go on, go already. Call us sometime. Keep an eye on her, V.
Were those two in the army?
Scorpion Mitch? Yeah. Panzer boys. They were on contract during the last war.
Panther.
No more child abductions since all kids are armed. Yeah, one of them was wearing eyeliner as well, which does kind of give credence to the idea that it's really just tiny children or tiny adult models
So Rocky Ridge.
scaled down.
Empty, dusty hole.
Yeah, but that's,
Bumfuck
I
nowhere.
mean,
Natives
the whole,
either
like,
moved to Night City or just got the hell out.
drag queen library things.
The whole area was waiting on a new interstate.
I think some people see that as
Supposed to
the future our children should have.
The headliner in this car appears to be made out of flannel.
How many ghost towns you think are there? Hundreds?
Countrywide?
Welcome to the future.
I drove down I-80 the other day.
It looks a lot like the
All you
past.
have to do is pull over after sundown. It's
Well, that's
quiet,
kind of the cyberpunk
you hear it.
thing,
Aesthetic,
right?
yeah.
You mix
The
old
wind
and
whistling
new.
through boarded up windows. Tumbleweeds scratching across dry, sandy tracks.
Yeah, gas-powered vehicles in the future.
Not with a bang.
Rip.
Whispers and whimpers.
Well, we talked about that. I think Wendell, you pointed out that
There's a scorpion
the
secret
cataclysms
The best friends a girl could
probably
ask for.
brought us back to
I
this.
stay in the camp too, if I
Yeah.
were in their shoes. Fuck Saul and his general.
Cataclysm probably would also get rid of veganism and or vegetarianism as well.
But I'm not part of it.
Everybody eats burritos.
Still treating you like one.
You
Actually,
can get vegan, well, you can definitely get vegetarian. I don't know about vegan.
that's
Yeah,
one of the
the
jokes.
vegetarian
Most of the meat in this game, well, real meat is illegal,
Not right now, no.
but some of the like
Just be a
ethnic
matter of time, though.
shops will sell it.
Okay.
But most meat is synthetic and or made of insects.
Seems you got
That
a
makes
real
sense.
problem with authority.
What?
Like one of the vending machines sells ants.
Your leader.
It
Oh,
looks like
fried
they're.
There, leader.
Oh, you continue.
In a hurry to Delta the
The
hell
fried
out of
ants.
this
Yeah,
spot.
that's all I was gonna say.
Let's just
Oh,
say
okay.
Saul wouldn't even have
I was gonna say. I mean, that makes sense because it looks like this is a desert
The
environment.
reason we came to
And if you're
California was because you
desperate for
promised to
water
change
and like
from
you're
the old
harvesting
killers.
as much rainwater as you
Claimed
can, you
to
can't really
return
afford to
everything.
raise cows.
But you saw it.
I think
We
it
got
was
a
more of
handful
a
tents and a heap of sand.
like a swine flu type.
Hell of a
You know,
promised land.
it's bad for you.
I wanted something different. Better.
Or maybe that's just
Saul's a
propaganda
damn coward.
because there's not enough meat.
He'll be the end of the clan, I'm certain.
There's solar over there.
You will own nothing, you will eat bugs, and you'll be happy. Disappointing to see a crafting system in the game with no comment on right to repair.
Well, you can break all your guns down into universal parts. That's something.
But I mean, I'm saying like that would be an opportunity for world building in the script,
Okay.
where maybe like
We
people who
arrive.
actually craft their own stuff it's like, oh, that's illegal. You can't do that here.
We get ready to greet the Raffins, and we've little time for that.
I like the
We need to improvise.
self-driving
We should
car
spend
AI
resources
as
to
well.
Look for anything that might be useful.
I'm thinking about trying to finish that storyline just so I can get access to those self-driving cars because I hate driving in this game.
That
I'm
seems
hoping
like that would be a perk though in this game, like a quicker way to explore the world.
It's just keyboard and mouse driving is so bad.
Oh, true.
If I was using the controller, I wouldn't give up the shooting with the mouse
Now, Rocky,
for the controller, but I would love to have driving with it. In GTA, you can switch back and forth. You probably can't hear too, but that's still also kind of annoying.
no dice. Nothing's up. All cut off.
Well, we'll make it work. The Raffins will roll in after dusk. We will have a surprise ready for them. We just need to get some power flowing. Let's check the substation.
Okay.
Let's check the thing that's labeled broken. Alright, so they want me to fix power. Yeah. Fortunately, I've got some experience with this. Ooh, body disposal.
Found the breakers, but there's no juice on them.
Not to worry. Calm down. I know how to surprise the bastards. Right. So
Looks like an
the intersection
NPC
is far
nerf.
from that
What
transformer
does?
substation, right? The switchgear on the
Oh, did you guys see that the video about the Santa where the kid asked him for a Nerf gun?
No?
It's one of those
I think flipping on the lights at the
like they're doing a
intersection
Santa
gives the
meetup,
upper
but it's
hand.
across this big table
Really?
because social
First,
distancing.
We don't know how many are coming.
And the
My
Santa,
thinking is it'll be a sizable
he's not even a good Santa. He's not
Second,
even
we have
fat.
to create an opening to get to my car.
He's just,
If
you know,
we're
like
close
a
together,
nerd
we won't
Santa.
stand a chance.
So we give him a little light
And the
show
kid
at
goes, I want a
intersection.
Nerf gun.
Yes. We'll
And
create
Santa's
some
like,
light
no,
bulbs
no,
next
no,
to
we
the
don't
light.
even say that.
As soon as they see the lights on that shit, we
And the kid's
know
like,
now.
what?
No.
No, I want a Nerf. It's a
First
it's
we
a
start with the
toy
control
gun.
below.
And Santa was like,
The kid on
no,
the roof is a hundred
never,
yards without it.
never from
Come on,
Santa.
we'll give it a boost from the
And the
car.
kid just starts bawling.
Oh,
By the substation. I'll bring the car around.
Wow.
I'm excited. I got one of my cousins. He's like he's 7 now. I got him. He's really into like Legos and building stuff, and he's also started getting into Kinect. So I got him a Kinect's bow. So not only is it something that you have to put together, but you can also shoot it. It's the ideal gift. I hope he likes it.
Do the arrows just shatter into a million pieces when you shoot them?
I have no idea how that's gonna work. I'm excited to see him put it together.
Should have gotten the Millennium Falcon.
That might be a little beyond his skill range. I don't know though. Apparently he's really good at doing Lego.
That should do it.
I think it's what, like $600?
Get it up and running.
Oh,
Grab the
wow.
jumper cables from the trunk.
Also
We'll boost it from
pricey.
the car battery.
We've got a little Lego tiny town, so some of those kits do get more expensive.
Red cable connected.
Give me a moment. I need to hook everything up.
I went and looked at a house yesterday. It was beautiful.
And done. Now the
Why
blood
do
rattler.
you sound sad when you say that?
Because I looked at it today and it's pending on Zillow. I was like, for fuck's sake.
Gotta move quick.
Yeah.
Terminal inside. And once the power is on in the building, get on that roof.
Isn't it
Got it.
black
I'll
on
set up on the
raw
top.
metal for the
We'll
donor?
have the whole
Yeah.
intersection on a platter. You flip the breakers when
Usually.
I give you the signal to do so.
Immersion
Yes,
destroyed.
ma'am.
You didn't think this through. I bet you can shoot that. You can shoot glass out a lot.
It's bulletproof. It ricochets and kills Wendell.
Yep. No? What?
I found a bug.
Oh, maybe this has an anti-griefing mod. Teleports you out.
Trader Joel. I would think you would just parkour through there.
I bet it's gonna teleport you again. I bet it's not like a room you're supposed to be able to do that in. But instead of just making the glass not shootable. Oh, no,
You
there
did
you
not animate through that. You just
No.
teleport through it. And the door doesn't open from the inside.
Which gear's got power?
Prime. We'll have some fun at the intersection. Let's get into position.
Huh. Did Ryan's stream die? Yes. His internet crapped out.
Now we wait.
Alright, BRB.
There you go. You got out that time.
As soon as we see them, you give us power.
What font was that? I'm not sure what font they're using. They may be using a custom font.
Raffins will come from where? Any idea?
The northeast, I wager. From the freeway that was never finished.
Got it. Cover me, just in case.
Of course.
It reminds me of another font, but I can't remember the name of it. Let me see if I can find it.
They're rolling in. And my thorn. You see her?
Really, really hard to miss.
Let's take them by surprise. Let's try to do this quietly. If anything happens, I'll start picking them off. Sound good?
Sounds great.
Rue, can you not put your nose on my elbow? Hi, Rue dog. Chat, did my mic pick that up? That deep sigh? Rue, you're not going out again. You just went out. No. My husband caved and took her out.
Show starts now.
First accepted for a job with a resume with Comic Sans wins. Kind of a power move.
Grab the car shelf. The driver has it.
I wouldn't immediately reject someone who had a resume with Comic Sans if the rest of their credentials were good and their portfolio was good. For the girl with the mohawk. That could be anyone in this world.
Oh, I messed up.
One of my coworkers has all his emails in Comic Sans. I had a client once who insisted on using Papyrus for like their main logo stuff. And I tried to kind of steer them away from it, but they were really insistent, so that's what they got. That's what they wanted.
They made.
Cover it. We have to pick all of them off.
Oops.
I do enjoy the shotgun.
You have to be pretty close to use them though, right? I mean, I guess that's true in real life, but like comically close even for video game standards.
But if you sneak and use cover and use your quick hacks, you can just like go from one
Get
to the
the car
next
out
and
of here.
use a
No need to
shotgun.
risk it.
It's pretty easy to do any kind of combat in this
Meet
game.
me at the
You're-
city line.
I think you're probably a little over leveled for these
Don't get
guys.
too used to her. She's mine. See you soon.
Let me just have a little bit of my inhaler here.
People can get inhalers in the future? That's gonna be all your monies, please. Do you think they have healthcare in the future?
No.
We got the Ripper Docs.
Yeah.
Which is like the Sam's Club of personal health.
Listen, I like the Sam's Club sangria. Don't talk shit about Sam's Club.
I don't think that's medicinal.
You don't know that. In these unprecedented times. I like that street cred is an option in this game. Do you think the devs for this game are gonna have literally anything? Like any kind of holiday?
No.
They're probably working. They're working on patches as we speak, on a weekend, at 10 o'clock at night.
It's gonna be like when we launched that thing a long time ago that didn't amount to anything. Oh wait, which thing?
That's yeah.
I just remember working over Christmas and then like New Year's, and it was just like
Oh,
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
I know what you're talking about now. Everything has to be this exact pixel width. It's like, but it's not gonna respond well in mobile. It would be easier if we just did this. No, must be this exact pixel width.
And ironically, the level 1 forums are more commercially successful than that project, which has at least 2 orders of magnitude more investment into it. Alright, so what are we doing?
Unprecedented. I hate that word right now. Yeah. I think I used that in an email to a client this week, and I kind of hated myself for it, but.
Oh yeah, third person's way better.
Move. I'll take the wheel.
I love that you can see the advertisements all the way out in the desert.
Sure. Leave the driving to the pros.
Woo! The driving for me was worse until this last patch, and then the driving got a lot better for me.
Last.
I didn't notice the difference.
Uh,
What did they improve?
For when I was driving before, when I would use like the left and right arrow keys, it would fishtail really, really easily. And now it seems like the longer I hold it down, like the more it turns.
Dreamy indeed. No surprise you wanted her back.
She completes me.
I mean, it makes sense. It's like if
Managed
you're
just
driving,
fine
but
without Mitch and Scorpion.
you're only using the maximum
Listen, V. It's not.
range of the steering wheel at all times.
You
Yeah.
got the cargo. You got your car.
I did not get Nash, who was not in Rocky Ridge. The fucker didn't show.
Yeah, the AI is not great at driving.
And
Yeah, I was comparing that earlier. It's like that's going to be
I don't
the
care.
Tesla future.
the car and the merch. That's what we were after. We got him. 6th Street away
Just
for it, and
listen
I.
to me, for fuck's I know where their little hidey hole is. We'll take the old unfinished freeway nearby. They will not be expecting us. I'm sure of it.
I can't seem to move things.
V?
Nash
Is your
was
mouse
part of
dead?
our
No,
deal,
your mouse is
Because I
fine.
thought he would show up in Rocky Ridge.
but he didn't. Might not even be in their hideout.
I know he's there, V. That fucking Raffen cheated me. I can't just let it go. I can't. Do you really not understand that?
There we go.
All right. So where's this hideout?
A hop and skip away. Thanks, V. What Nash did.
See you, Scratch OS. Thanks for hanging out.
I placed my trust in him. He was the first person I worked with after leaving the Aldecaldos, after I came to Night City. And I granted him my trust.
You're not dropping too many frames. A few frames. Not a crazy amount. Smeemer, have you seen the redneck
I get it.
Alexa?
Know how you feel.
Because it's funny.
Had someone betray me just
That
like
video
I
was
once.
very popular around here for a while.
Yeah.
Never got the chance. Someone else got to him first.
But if they had it,
Kentucky 2077 is not just Fallout 76.
There's one thing I've learned in Night City. It's that sometimes revenge is not sweet. Always stand to lose more than you might gain.
I don't think I'll ever play by Night City rules. Are you ready?
Let's get him.
Do you have any thoughts on the CentOS changes? I mean, it was kind of inevitable. I've been expecting that since IBM bought Red Hat.
He's mine.
Christ, be careful. What, asshole? You really think I'd let it slide?
Wow, she didn't give you the option of a tactical approach.
You're next in line. 10 minutes.
I don't know if this combat style is going to help you on this mission.
Ooh, it's a lot of
would,
damage.
You might want to use those quick hacks.
Oh yeah.
You're getting shot in the back. At least on my screen. I'm probably a few seconds behind. How graceful that guy died.
You left a beautiful corpse. That guy just tanked every pellet in his chest and face.
Get him!
You know, one thing that this game needs to be praised for in 2020? No weapon degradation.
That is nice, isn't it? Though, I guess for the weapons, but like you would think, technology moves so fast in this world, they could have easily had a lore out for that. Oh, that guy just hauled ass.
Well, you don't need a lore. I mean, this guy's a fucking stud. Oh, he's a netrunner. But a gun, you can shoot a gun without cleaning it for thousands of rounds. And before it needs to be replaced, it's ridiculous. You know, you're talking probably maybe 100,000 if you take care of it. Games have no concept of how long a gun will last.
I'm saying in this particular world context, it would be like, oh, maybe that would be planned obsolescence. They would make them worse somehow.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Like they could have worked that into the story if they had wanted to have that mechanic.
But the other thing about it is, it's it's Borderlands style, so every person that falls gives him a gun.
Yeah.
So it'd be trivial to just keep getting new ones.
I like that this guy has a pink gun.
Well, you never know what's going on in his crotch there, Krista, as the genitals can be adjusted at any time. So
Ooh. Smart
was he
weapons.
just laying there, not dead?
Yeah, he was just laying there, not dead.
I'm gonna pretend to be dead.
Oh, I'm carrying too much.
Looking at houses on Zillow, there are a lot of apartments up for sale right now.
You mean the multi-unit? The whole
Yeah,
thing for
like
sale? Yeah.
yeah, like
Well,
houses that people have converted into apartments.
And I bet a lot of those have people in them who aren't paying and they can't get
Yeah.
out.
Oh, I can't switch weapons right now. That's funny.
Some of them are like near one of the schools, like the university. So I wonder if that's also like we're not getting as much rent as we expected because people aren't doing class in person. Can the Ripper docks give you more capacity to carry stuff?
Yeah, they're well, not the mods. Is it a yeah? Ripper Doc mods can your skeleton can carry more.
Right.
But it's not that big a deal. He just has to break down his guns. Or find a another little quality of life thing. Instead of having to find a merchant, you can just drop your extra stuff in these little drop boxes all the time. It's like an Amazon locker for selling guns.
Aw. There we go. Is that everybody? Alright. Woo! Okay, what are we doing? Why can't I move that one over there?
It's a requirement.
Oh, I don't have enough high enough level. Oh wow, 22, level 22. Good lord, where did I get that?
Well, that's a legendary, right?
Is it? I didn't think green was legendary. I thought it was a different color.
Oh, that's uncommon. Yeah, you're right.
There's epic. I don't think I've found a legendary anything yet.
They're sorted in damage, greatest to least. So the stuff at the bottom you can burn. Now that is a custom gun. You see how it's got the background?
Oh yeah. It's
So
like
you might not want to scrap that. You can upgrade it.
yeah, I can maybe upgrade it and it wouldn't be terrible. This one seems like a ripe for disassembly.
Yeah, I'd say everything in the bottom half of that list. Now, okay, did you see that scroll? That involuntary scroll?
Mm-hmm.
That's infuriating.
can do it that way. What is that? Oh, I don't need that. And then this one, oh, it's a sniper rifle. Okay. Alright, I should definitely not be over encumbered now.
I don't want to.
You know, Christy, you're talking about buying houses, and I wonder how many people buy houses at this time of year. I bought my house right around this time of year. And it reminds me of a fact I learned from that Undertaker podcast. Most of his work, he claimed, the vast majority, happened in the last 3 and the first 3 months of the year.
Huh.
Everybody died in the winter.
Help! Please, help!
I wonder why that is. The house hunting thing, I think they say winter is where it's because there's less inventory. So the house we looked at, it was like an old Victorian style house, and it was really, really pretty. And she mentioned to us when I had called to see if we could go look at it. She was like, well, we think it might have an offer, but it's contingent on them selling their old house. And I was like, well, who's buying houses this time of year? But apparently someone, because now it's pending. So apparently they sold theirs and now they're buying that one.
What? Was there a live guy under that car?
Yeah.
He was hiding. He was scared.
I'll deal with you myself.
Car appears to be on fire.
Lots of people want to move during the summer when school is out. I mean, that makes sense. That and like just moving when it's like 30 degrees and snowing. That's kind of miserable. I'm sure Wendell could confirm that.
Yep. Actually, it wasn't super bad. Maybe that's how I got my allergy attack. I don't know. Just being outside, but I don't know.
Yeah, I moved in the winter. It wasn't awful, but it wasn't great.
Ooh.
It's nice that you don't have to start worrying about your lawn until you're settled into your house.
I would like to move in winter just so we could see how the sunlight falls, so I could start planting my garden early and we're not at a disadvantage.
I don't know if the people that built my house knew what they were doing or if it's just very lucky, but the way that the morning sun comes in the front and the way that the evening sun comes in the back, like, I didn't know that was a feature that I wanted on houses, but good lord, it's really nice.
Your house faces like east-west, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice. Mine faces like we have the most windows in our apartment, all facing north, so we get like no sunlight in the latter part of the day.
In the evening when the sun is going over and the sunlight like comes down the stairs, everything on the first floor fluoresces from the windows on the second floor. It's crazy.
What bitter cold bitch that broke? Think she might have lost the plot.
Mean to say she used to be sweet and alluring?
Never that. But she's
Surely there are apps to figure out how the sun falls on buildings and garden based on your location. I think so, but it's like that's still a nice thing to know. If you can learn that a little earlier, because winter sun is a little different than like summer sun.
Plus, also, like if the architect, took that into account when they were building the house, that's that's on like a whole other level. Because it's like, okay, the sun's gonna hit this, and it's like, oh wow, like all the doors in the corridor and like all the glass in this house makes sense because the sunlight is going all the way through all of it.
Come on, let's make.
An actual architect will think about that. Like they do a whole site plan based on, the sun and which way would be best to face the house. And
I've never not lived in a shack, so I didn't know.
I gotta think your orientation to the street is gonna determine most of that. I guess you could position windows differently.
Yeah, well, the house is rotated on the lot like 4 degrees, and it's like, is that why? Is that why they did that? I don't understand.
well, yeah, and if you're on a certain type of lot too, you could
Should be fun.
redo the driveway and stuff. So like, you could have the house rotated to have better sun, and it's not like facing the street or. There are creative options even if you're on a more traditional lot. Hi, Root. Why are you being so whiny today? Or just keeps whining and then like she'll hop up in my lap and then she'll stick her nose on my husband. Why? What are you doing? I can't play with you right now. I'm sorry.
Had the game crash 3 times in the past 10 minutes? I have not had a crash.
Yeah, I haven't had a hard crash. I've just had
Let me
glitches.
do the talking.
Sensing trouble?
No.
A friend of mine got it on console and said it crashed on him 3 or 4 times already.
That's kind of refreshing because usually the console versions work fine and the PC version is a dumpster fire.
Hey, boss.
Anna, how's Nash? Doesn't seem to be answering his phone.
Don't call him anymore. There's no need.
Turns out your house is oriented at a weird angle for occult purposes, and one night when the planets are aligned, the portal sucking up energy in your basement will open. We did kind of joke, like, Wendell showed us the house before he bought it, and he was super drawn to it, and we are like, that's the demons, man. They're telling you to buy the house.
First class merch.
It really is kind of otherworldly. I don't know what it is. It's just weird.
It's an old house that was designed for family living and not for profit.
Check your account.
Unlike most of the houses around here, which are just designed to be
As cheap as possible.
plastic shacks. Yeah.
Right. Think you earned a tip. Let's roll.
That went well. Come on. Let's get a drink.
Do we have to? Do we have to get a drink? I don't want to get a drink.
Listen, it's for RP. You got to do it. Looking for real estate in the greater NYC area has been a pain in the ass. It's been weird here too. Everything is kind of pricey right
Still
now.
have a chance to piss me off.
What are you talking about? Upstate New York? Because I think the city's seeing a huge exodus, right?
Yeah.
I've heard that. Can't confirm it, but I have heard that.
Hello, Noah.
Hey, new biz or new friends back there?
Take a wild guess. Is everything good with you? Did those bozos come around again?
Raffin? Nah, it's been quiet.
Feels like the before times in
Sure
here.
enough, this place has seen worse. What can I get?
When you could go outside.
Frozen.
Yeah.
2 of them.
I miss Waffle House.
Now, are we going into the unlock? Is that happening?
I guess so. I feel like our governor just kind of gave up.
Yes.
The governor, he seemed to be saying, like, please don't, but I'm not going to force you. So that's pretty interesting. What about the Waffle House is actually closed. They completely gutted the inside of it.
Which one? There's
The-
2.
The one over near the Mexican place.
Can you imagine
Another
what's
one
going on behind the walls of a Waffle House after 20 years?
I'll say the one on our side of town. It's open, but I think it's carry out only.
Let me know if you need anything else.
Wow. You eat in
They
your
probably
car.
they probably had a lot of stuff that needed to be done like 5 years ago, but they never shut it down, and they're like, okay, finally, this is a chance.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that they're shutting it down. It seems like they're making it nice.
They're like, finally, there's time. Call the rat skeleton guy.
Yell the cult. Think you'll ever go back? I mean,
Hello,
right
World
now,
Sage.
but someday.
I don't rightly know. On the one hand, I don't have anyone outside the clan. Shit, I don't really
House
know
is selling
anyone.
3 days. That's
On the
what
other-
we've experienced here.
Without my clan, who am I? Who would I become if I stayed in
That house we looked at had actually sold back in September, and then it was back up on the market, and we were like, oh, what happened? And I guess they got relocated for work.
Had to
We're like,
leave
well,
my
maybe we'll
clan,
get
too.
another chance. No,
Truly?
it's gone
Well, you
immediately.
don't look like a nomad to me at all.
Nash didn't look like Raph.
Waffle House Index agrees with the woolly worms. End of March will be rough.
I was in a clan.
Woolly worms just say it's going to be a bad winter. They don't say how, just that it's going to be cold and
landed in
snowy.
Night City. Really thought I saw my
That
good
was
chance.
what happened with this
So I
house.
took
The
it.
guy
Risked
got
everything.
relocated for his job,
And?
I lost everything.
and they were actually, so like when you actually meet up to do the transaction where everybody's actually in the same room, and they were talking about how they were now living in like corporate housing, and it was terrible, and the wife seemed very upset at giving up her
Oh.
home.
I kind of don't blame her.
All right. Time you look to my needs. What's the plan for home?
I've come up with a plan. A first draft. But I need to sleep on it. Or
Did
down.
anyone buy the dip? I
Then
saw
we
the
can
headlines
talk
where the
details.
because the launch wasn't
I think it's
absolutely
best to rent
perfect, the
rooms
stock
here,
went down like
just to stay in
4%.
the area. We'll get to work around midnight. It'll help keep us out of sight. Agreed?
Not much
Good
has
idea.
sold here since
Let's do
March.
No.
Lucky.
We'll take 2 rooms. Just for tonight.
We have a little bit of the city
I'll
flight
go
happening
catch
here, I
planes.
think.
See you later.
It's Krista with a K. Hello.
Blurp. Oh, this impenetrable cloth flag.
Hang on, is that a Fortnite? Is that a Fortnite poster up on the wall next to the bar?
Bring out
That
your
purple
dead.
poster?
Bring out your
Switchblade
dead.
2.
It looks a little bit like Fortnite. That's funny.
After making waves in Tokyo, Sydney, and Paris, the next stop is on your doorstep. Night City, expect
You gotta wonder. I mean, these interiors are so detailed. What kind of time did this take?
About 5 years.
Krista, could you be happy doing this job? Just being like a designer on all these little buildings and stuff?
Yeah, I would love that kind of thing. I imagine that you probably have to reuse a lot of the assets from like around the map to make that work. So that would be cool. You get like a pre-made library of like, here's what you can use.
Right.
And then you have to try to figure out ways to make that look unique in each setting.
This room is decidedly less nice than the bar area.
Yeah, this looks a little sad.
Oh yeah, this is a cheap infidelity hotel room.
I mean, the bed is cleaner than. I mean, like they could at least just dump this trash into a trash can. I mean,
What? I've not found a flashlight yet. Have you?
no.
I thought there was one in that room that you had to bust a window for earlier.
Was there?
I thought I saw one.
Oh, I appear to
Like
be.
an icon appeared.
I appear to be bald now. That wasn't always the case.
Oh,
Oh, did you take a cranium hack or something?
I don't think so.
you got a pout for the gram.
I just went into Down syndrome mode. That's not good.
Oh. It's a bug. Same with me. You get bald on and off. Oh.
Oh, a lot of drug paraphernalia around. Oh, that's.
Those look like caulk guns. They were just sealing up the
Whoa.
bathroom.
A lot of blood. Also, a mattress in the bathroom, never a good sign.
Yeah, let me just.
Secret-
What?
See, Krista, how much fun would that be? It's like, all right, what was the backstory for this bathroom?
Yeah, I love that kind of thing.
Like, was the maid interrupted? The trash is bagged. Why wouldn't you just carry it out?
There's actually an ongoing subplot type thing they're mentioning where no one picks up the trash in Night City.
I had noticed that when watching other streams. I was like, there's a lot of trash
Yeah,
in
they
this
talk
city.
about that.
Like, yeah. You never see municipal workers or anything like that.
Because Arasaka, you've done the full tutorial, Wendell?
Yeah.
The old man Arasaka is dead, and he's like basically the king.
What are you carrying?
And they're having a big parade for him, and one of the things they're upset about is they know that the trash that's going to generate.
What do people do for work in this city? Like people who
Well-
aren't working in the crime business, like.
But I
yeah.
think it's a little bit of a blurred line there because so many of them are just mercenaries. You have like these separate castes. So the corpos are people who work for the giant corporations, and that's almost like a government job. You know, it's
Okay.
like just pure bureaucracy. And most of your normies would probably be doing that. But then you've got the brain dancers, which is like uh it's a movie, but you just shoot it with an implant, so it's just your experiences. And of course, that immediately went to snuff films, which is part of some of the quests.
Ooh, locust pepperoni.
Mm.
I mean, if you could make locusts into convincing pepperoni, I'd eat that.
Let's take a nap.
You get a sleep buff in this game.
I think you just get healed.
I used to install a mod in Skyrim that made it so you had to sleep and eat. Pure RP.
You're so hardcore. See, I don't understand. I think here's your problem, Krista. This game, you're not interested in.
I'm V.
While it is
Look at
just
the backers.
Skyrim on steroids, I think what you've done is you have
Now I don't.
min-maxed too hard in your nerd tree. You've gone pure sword and sorcery.
Yeah, I think that is a big part of it. I'm not super interested in like the cyberpunk aesthetic. If this was a fantasy game, I would probably be 100% on board on the hype train.
You gotta try to put a couple of points in sci-fi. It's worth it.
I like sci-fi movies. I don't know. I'm not interested in the games as much. I was never interested in Fallout really either. To continue with Bethesda.
Some of the early Fallout games, the gameplay is a little clunky and the UI is a little clunky, but it's extremely well written and super funny. Is there anything else I can loot in here before talking to her? Oh, this looks a little bit like the same set when the game first at the very beginning when the sheriff's giving me a hard time. We're on level 12 already.
Hey,
Hello. I'm just checking the suspension. The hydraulics have to be ship shape. We're in for a bumpy ride. Did you sleep all right?
How about Witcher
can't
3?
complain.
I don't know if I would like The Witcher or not. It's one of those games that I've always meant to get around to, but I haven't done yet.
For Hellman, I mean.
As a matter of fact, I did. Look here.
Skyrim still remains like the pinnacle of that experience for me. I can go back to Skyrim anytime. I think part of the reason I like it is because you can play any way that you want. And also it's just, I mean, you know, it's old now, but like it's still very pretty to just wander around in nature in that game.
Well, I mean, this game takes the play what you want stuff way further. I mean, Wendell's not doing it, but you have this whole like hacking, which is basically
We're the
spells.
wrench. Where's the AP? And the screwdriver
And you can
is
just
ready
sit
to
back
make
and
sure
cast
areas don't
spells.
come to dust.
But can you adopt
Now,
the
you must
kids
be
in the
wondering
game?
how we get
Can
the
you give money to a poor farmer
Origin
outside of
briefing.
Riften?
I mean, you can
Find out what we
definitely
use elsewhere.
give
This
money to
caliber
poor
would
people, I
barely dent
think.
the armor of a heavy hitter like that. There are other ways. Here, the clamps are solution. A satwave power station.
Satwave power
That's how Witcher
station?
3 is.
Yes. We need to break into it.
So far, so good.
Lost number of times. I mean,
And then we strike.
Skyrim's a buggy mess because
Hit
it's from
the AV with
Bethesda.
an EMP.
But I still love
Of
it.
course we do.
I love
Oh.
it despite its flaws.
Oh, I thought of something that could be a topic for the stream, and that is when I got to the place that I had to do all that stuff,
Engines are shut
the
down.
fridge had failed catastrophically
Engines included. Drive, navigation,
a long time
Wait,
ago.
navigation system.
What did it have in it?
Oh.
Literally, like, imagine just the worst, you know, it had not been cleaned out.
What's gotten in?
But you knew you weren't going back there for a long time.
Yeah.
But I mean, you assume the power would be on though. Like,
well,
But what's it been 6 months?
yeah, it's been like 6 months.
Chickens?
And
I bet that smell was not pleasant when it was opened.
it was
But we don't have to. You'll see.
no.
It's
But
about to be
it was
quite a ride, but not one
it was
to
very
regret.
it was fascinating in some ways because it actually had been partially cleared out, but
All right.
the freezer part not so much.
Hop in.
So
It's cold out here.
like normal decomposition attempted to happen, but I guess it failed slowly enough that it started to melt and be weird, and so whatever happened to it, the fridge was still running. It still had electricity, and so instead of being
Gov record.
cold, it was sort of a low grade oven. So it was basically a giant food dehydrator for God knows how long, and it had dehydrated everything inside it. But there was also a crazy amount of like insect activity. But I guess insect also needs oxygen, so they all died.
Oh.
That idea.
Someone asked if it's better or worse than the cockroach PC case.
It was not as bad as the cockroach PC case because nothing in it was alive.
Ugh.
Well, then I suppose it's a good thing I'm on your side.
Yeah, so that entire fridge needs to be just taped and just disposed of.
Make sure to put a chain around it if you put it outside, or you're breaking the law.
Weirdest thing
Yeah.
I've ever transported. Go. Because me, I had to carry a real Organic iguana once.
Seriously? A live one?
Yup.
Man,
Yeah, I
back,
heard.
back in the spring, you could have sold that. Probably, even in that state, because people were so desperate for deep freezers and fridges.
Your turn.
I heard stories of people who lost fridges at the beginning of the pandemic and then like just couldn't get another one.
Whoa.
That's a rough way to live.
I'd say it's
Yeah.
Dead. In the trunk.
Okay, fine, you win.
We've almost reached the dam. We'll make a quick stop here.
This storyline's all about riding around in the passenger seat.
I want you to be able to use the gun too. We should up our chances in general. Connect here.
How should I connect? Personal link?
What do you think that light on the dashboard means? Is that like a hard drive indicator?
Replace the NVMe. Check NVMe.
That's like the Tesla memory cards.
And now Pan Am.
It's been written too many
here's Johnny,
times.
Out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. Great work.
Hey, I think your implant has a virus. The one in the nape of your neck.
I've got a bioprocessor in my head that operates independently of me. Probably why your
Just thinking about that fridge now,
Okay.
and the smell that probably came out of it.
Your ride's secure.
Fine. I trust you won't fuck anything up. Okay. There goes nothing.
Did you leave the contents of that fridge sitting on the curb in a garbage can?
Fire a
No.
short burst into it. I'll take care of
Just
it.
close the fridge back and let that for another day.
This is a problem for future us.
Future Wendell.
Yep. Yeah, I mean everything was already pretty much desiccated, so just any time now.
Hey, it's freeze-dried survival food.
It's not.
I don't think it's that safe.
It's not frozen, but it's dried now.
Good.
But probably not dried safely at a stable temperature for like 6 hours.
Yeah. I mean, I've never seen food in that state of decomposition.
Okay. Just one more.
I've been meaning to make, so I've been using like onion flakes more, and we're almost out of the ones that we have because it's like an old bottle. And I was like, I wonder if I could just dehydrate onions, and it turns out you can, which makes sense. I just never thought about it before.
Aren't onion flakes ridiculously cheap?
But I could make my own. I have a dehydrator now. Though it'd probably make the whole apartment stink like onion.
Okay, yes, your whole apartment's gonna stink like onions. It's gonna take prep time, plus hours, plus electricity.
I know it's
Considering what you make an hour, you will have lost a ton of money by the end of this.
But I would have made my own.
Jump a corpo transport.
Oh, 100 bits for tastes like tofu for a fridge that needs an old, an old and a new
You
priest.
know what? You're starting
Could
to
just put
remind
onion in
me
the
of
dish and
me
skip the
50
flakes.
years back. Minus the
Listen, that takes prep time. I like being able to just dump them in.
I don't do enough cooking that I always have onions on hand.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
something to that, I suppose.
It's like I made pasta sauce
What
earlier
happened
this
to
week,
us, he must have had some effect.
and I was like,
You're
oh,
more like
we
me
have an
than
onion,
fake.
but I don't want to take the time to
You'll
chop
see.
it.
But
So then
goes
I
both
just
ways.
used the dried onion
Maybe you're
we had in the
becoming more
pantry.
like me.
Nah, no way.
I've been following the Feature Man way of life, which is just no matter what you're eating, add fried potato.
All looks clear. The area looks deserted. I see no patrols. The huge thing is the collection unit. And see the antennas? Each antenna
Cook at
collects
home for every
electrical
meal.
energy from satellites and
I tend to do pretty basic
That's then
meals
converted
most of the
into
time.
power.
You know, like pasta sauce and noodles.
Antennas run all the way down
Yeah,
the
I don't have the motivation to
And
cook.
they're linked, which is to your
I
advantage.
did make Irish soda bread today.
A chain reaction will follow.
It turned out
Each one
all
of the
right.
antennas will emit an EMP burst.
It was a little crumbly.
AT
I
will
think
be able to
I
fly
didn't
for a spider's web.
do something right,
We just
but
have to
it tastes
fire off a
good.
pulse at the right moment.
Let's go get her.
Did you
It
do
was-
the?
Once we reach the
Did you
station, I'll
do
set up a
the
bypass for the detonator.
sourdough
Just overload
pancakes?
the systems.
Overload
Oh.
the system. Yes,
Oh.
Uh,
when do I
when I
start?
got sick,
Though, hoping that's
I
not
ignored
too
the sourdough
complicated.
for like 4
Is it?
days.
Did it die?
Oh no!
Turn everything up
I mean,
as
if it
far
didn't,
as we can.
it's
Crank it up
definitely
to
dead by
11.
now because I
Got
still
it.
haven't checked on it since then.
So what now?
The moment of silence, I was like, I bet he forgot about it.
Sourdough's gone.
That's why you gotta do that soda bread. That was actually like super
Time to
easy.
roll.
Not as easy as beer bread, but
anything
beer
like
is
this
going to be a
before?
commodity in the
Down in the
apocalypse.
By myself?
So I think the soda bread's a better choice.
Yeah, well, I mean, with the sourdough, you don't
Would've
need
done
any of this.
something like this with
Is
the clan.
is there any chance that we can turn any of the bacteria or viscera from the failed freezer into some sort of sourdough survival bread?
Well, they tell you that
You don't miss it?
like if you let your sourdough go for too
You and the
long,
clan being
it'll get
part of
something in it
family.
that you're never gonna get out. You
That
don't
has
want
to
to
be
eat
the
that,
same.
so
How do you feel?
you gotta
following
just
your
start
role?
over.
Hey now. Didn't answer the question.
I'm fine with it. I mean, you know,
Because I have
I'm
no
not.
rights to be
What I've learned from this episode is I'm never gonna be a sourdough person.
Let's go for beer bread.
I love the way the sourdough tastes, but it sounds like way too much work.
Yeah,
Well,
it is a lot of work.
you can buy the nicer breads at the store.
Assuming the store hasn't cratered.
Well, I feel like I understand the sourdough process enough that if I have to go back, I could.
Or just just make the quick breads. That way you don't have to do all the kneading and waiting and
You know what was surprising though? I noticed on the way there that all of the places on the way there that I would never expect had no mask, no entry. And there were a surprising number of people that were wearing masks. I was not expecting that.
Well, that was the law for a while, right?
Yeah,
but
but
rural areas don't really care.
I
Yeah.
think they sent out people to try and narc on that.
Fuck up the system and get the hell out of there. Hold on tight. This could get a little bumpy. Get ready.
I know a lot of the hospitals in Eastern Kentucky are at capacity now, so
oh, they really are.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm noticing it more, but because I'm not playing or what, but this game really does like to do the visual glitch effect.
yeah.
Yeah.
It also really likes to do the blackout during the storyline and, you know, like skip forward in time way too much.
A couple of times I thought my monitor was malfunctioning.
Oh yeah, are we doing a graphics driver update right now?
Shit.
Best bread is Lithuanian sourdough rye. That sounds like a lot of work. Here's another thing that I started to get into, but I don't have enough milk to actually try it yet. I went down the rabbit hole on basic cheese making, and I was like, I could do this. I can't wait to be bitterly disappointed when I actually try it.
Just have some wet, nasty, runny cheese.
Yeah.
Tastes like socks.
Apparently ricotta cheese is super easy to make, and I was like, oh, I should do that. That would be perfect for the pasta I eat.
Yeah, I'm kind of moving in the opposite direction of just like being more and more lazy with my food choices.
I tend to be more lazy during the week when I'm working because it's like I don't have time to cook. But on the weekends, I like to try. Don't be scared of the cheese counter. Face your fear, or just make my own, and then I never have to go to the cheese counter again.
What if, in a just the most insane irony, you find out that you're better at that than anything else you've ever done in your life, and you become the cheese counter?
That would be incredible. I was surprised at how simple the process looks like it is. It's literally just like vinegar, milk, heat it up, and strain it. I was like, surely you could mess that up somehow, and I'll find out.
That's like not true for a lot of cheeses. A lot of them
Yeah,
have to
for
be
some, yeah.
aged. And like mozzarella, you gotta squeeze it.
Yeah, Gambrick says anything else other than like ricotta and mozzarella takes time, temperature control, and stinks until it's done.
We'll set up.
But I could make those two cheeses on my own.
And then we wait.
Okay.
With minimal effort.
Here.
Always wanted to push the big red button on something like this.
Oh, speaking of bread and
I don't know
cheeses,
when.
I watched the Claire YouTube channel.
You just wait for my signal.
The pandemic has been rough on
They
Claire.
won't know.
Does she look a little sad?
Well, not just sad. She looks like she's gained about 20 pounds and
Aw.
aged about 5 years.
How does that make you feel?
I feel that way in my heart.
Blasting shit. Exactly what the doc ordered.
And that's exactly what I like to hear.
I think by the end of COVID, I'll have mastered everything in Gordon Ramsay's masterclass.
Quiet. The hum of the city, people's voices, the smells. It's all gone. Wind just intensifies.
No professional makeup and lighting. Yeah, that probably is part of it.
Exists.
Maybe.
No one
Well,
looks super good under super bright lights, as it turns out.
Try the hike and miss.
I think the same people are doing it.
Ha ha. Screw you. You'd do better to focus on the AV. Keep your eyes open.
She's also just doing recipes out of her cookbook. So it's the thing that I find adorable about Claire is she's obviously smart,
It's there.
and I think she's Ivy League. I know that doesn't always mean anything, but and she's obviously very, very good at one thing.
Now.
Boom.
But emotionally, she's just ready to fall apart at any moment.
What's going on?
And I find that, you know, just so adorable.
Bullseye.
But when she's working out of her cookbook, she's kind of like more in control than when she's trying to do the experimental stuff. It's not as good.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, they're getting away.
They're going nowhere.
We gotta go after it.
Give me a moment.
Pan Am, what are you doing?
What was her like focus area? I remember she could never temper chocolate, so I'm assuming she wasn't a pastry chef.
Yes, she is pastry.
Is she really?
Yeah.
And she didn't know how to temper chocolate?
That's how you do it.
It's losing
Wouldn't that be
altitude.
like a fairly
We gotta
maybe
go
maybe
back
she just
there.
wasn't good at it, but like wouldn't that be something you'd be fairly comfortable with if that was
I don't think pastry and chocolate, a chocolate expert is a chocolatier, right?
Oh, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what all the skill tree
Pastries-
branches are.
Pastry's got to have flour, right?
Mitch, Scorpion, it's Pan Am. Don't go near that AV. I repeat.
I
do
guess
not
so.
approach the AV.
I'm sitting here thinking about it.
It's King Tao.
Well, there are some who dabble in the dark arts who say that things like Pop Tarts would count as a calzone, so it would technically be a sandwich, but I don't know if that's true.
Pulse is interfering.
No, a Pop Tart is a pastry.
No, it's chaotic. It's a calzone.
Yes, get ready. They're trying to slow us down. We won't let them. We have to reach Mitch and Scorpion.
I have 57,000 channel points
Or
here
you
on
use it
Team
for.
PGP. What can I use my bubbles for?
Shit! Probably jams again.
Send a message in chat that's highlighted.
You know, the highlighted messages, they are
Stuff. Son of a
They're on
bitch.
our tail.
functional, because if you want somebody to notice something while they're streaming, I'll always notice the highlighted messages.
Someone else.
That's true. They do work.
Just
Oh, do you know what? I don't know if they've done it yet on all the channels, but Twitch has added a new thing. You can create bets with your channel points.
I saw that earlier today. Actually, I was watching someone play Overwatch, and they would do a bet at the beginning of each round whether or not they would lose or win. I was like, that is a good use of points. I'll have to think about that.
Yeah, I don't know if that's. They're probably it's one of those things they probably just don't give it to everybody all at once, but we'll probably eventually get it, and that'd be cool to use.
Is the game really this unoptimized? Everything looks really framey, like relatively good frame rate, but then bursty.
Well,
Some of
that
some,
is.
some of that's the encoding, yeah.
It's the visual effects.
I'll live. Don't worry.
Hey man, where are you? Hello?
Perfect.
Scorpion?
Keep broadcasting over and over.
Game runs
again,
pretty smooth.
Just in case they missed
It's
you.
also
God, I swear.
because the car is moving, it loads on the fly, so there might be a little bit of pop in from that.
Let's check it out.
I see the wreck.
Although it's the AI driving, so it's not like it has to predict.
I can't get out. Can I
Looks
get out?
expired. Fuck it.
There's a lot of times when the conversation just keeps going, and you're like,
V,
okay,
connect
let me
to the
play.
drone. We'll scan the area. We have to get our bearings.
Let's roll. You connecting to visual?
Mm-hmm. V, if they got the Aldecaldos, if they got Mitch and
We'll post
Scorpion, I can't.
a
I don't
Reddit
know.
thread in the chat.
Is the game worth $60? I probably got $60 out of it.
If you apply the per hour cost, I think the storyline, if you just rush through it, it's like 20, right?
It does seem like it's a shorter main story quest, from what I have heard.
Well, that's not that short.
Most people, I mean, compared to other games, though, most people are saying they're getting through it in like 20, 25 hours.
So $3 an hour. Think about what you spend on entertainment. In other cases, it's more than $3 an hour. But I don't think you're gonna lose anything by waiting. Waiting is always a good option with video games. I will say again, I've not tried this. I've not seen it myself, but some people have said, if you can get the GOG Russian version, it's very cheap and it has English.
Krista, how do I play Minecraft or more specifically is a good upgrade path from level 0? I'm not sure if I'm being trolled or if this is the person who bought the game last stream and was like, I've never played before. The game is a lot more friendly than it used to be. It used to be you just got dropped in and you just had to figure stuff out. But there's like a skill tree in Minecraft now. Along with like a crafting notebook that'll show you recipes.
If they...
Don't worry. We don't know for sure.
Did you look at that clip I posted in the group chat? I think I posted it in Twitch too. Where you just turn around and you can get a different car.
This looks like shit. Is this a console?
I am not sure. Maybe. Yeah, console looks really rough, at least from every screenshot I've seen.
I remember noticing and then later reading about how in GTA the seed for the cars was they cheated a little bit. So when you got a really nice car, you would start seeing it everywhere.
That makes sense.
Because they already had to load that one, so they wanted to use it more.
No troll, I finally bought the game. The game is like the definition of a sandbox game, so you can literally do whatever you want. The first big goal that most people will do is like upgrading your tools. So you want to get stone tools, then iron tools, and then eventually you start mining down enough that you can get diamond tools. And all those things make building and collecting materials a lot easier.
Fucking corporate rats. They've set up the launcher. They'll tear us to shreds if we get too close.
Can we take it down somehow?
Maybe.
So that's like your main upgrade path, but then you can go to like the nether and the end and explore lots of caves. Gracie, can you give me a golden shovel on the server?
I'm positive some of those guys had boxes of shovels.
Yeah, we definitely saw some when we were flying around on Friday. It is taking forever to mine. It's part of the joy of the game.
Just quote unquote joy.
Probably keeping Hellman in the AV.
I'll be honest, I tend to go with like really crappy tools, and then because I'm almost always just interested in building. So I'll get like stone and iron, and I usually don't bother upgrading to diamond until like very late game.
I will go with you. Those are my people.
Getting a 5900 when they're released. What RAM? 2x16? Yeah, I think 2x16 is the way to go, especially if you're getting CL14.
But I have Mitch's rifle.
G skill is pretty good. That's what I've got working the best right
Good
now.
idea. Let's move.
I kind of want to go eat some bread. Go warm it up.
It is about that time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's 11.
Is it? Wow. Oh, I guess we kind of got like a weird late start.
Yeah, it was fine for about an hour and a half. I guess the Zoom calls don't start till about 8:30. The FaceTimes. Are the cats meowing? Not yet, but they had a little bit of a weird eating schedule today.
Can you take down a robot from behind?
You can hack it.
Oh. I accidentally got seen.
That's usually not a deal breaker.
I need more RAM.
No, it works. You just have to let it go. It refills slowly. You can get perks to make it refill faster and get more sticks.
Subject refusing to cooperate.
Are we allowed to give them tips or no backseating? I'd say don't spoil plot points, but
Yeah, you can totally backseat me. I don't care.
that robot just ragdolled. One of the guys Wendell killed earlier, like, did a spin and then died dramatically against a box. You're really taking out them bushes. way back every time you shoot.
That's a nice little touch.
Yeah.
You got to give it up for, like, graphically, it's not,
There's not anything to complain about graphically, I don't think.
but it
It's a little
doesn't.
busy, but like, I mean, it looks great.
You don't get it all at once. There's a lot of little touches.
Why can't I not hack that?
The Rock.
No, the little eyeball thing over there.
I
You need to be
think
closer.
the eyeball is like, you don't have a line of sight. The eyeball is over top of it.
But it can see me though, right? That's what that means.
If that is bright red, it can see you. Like that one in the back is seeing you now.
But I can't target it.
No, it's not seeing you now. I don't think you have line of sight. One of the great graphical moments of the game is when you do the doll mission. So you're like in bed with the hooker, but she's just talking to you. You know, she's telling you like profound things about your life because she's an AI and not a regular hooker. And there's a safe word, and as soon as you say the safe word, the really nice colored lighting cuts out and the harsh fluorescent comes on, and you're like staring into her eyes when that happens, and you see the dark reality of like what she actually looks like.
Ugh.
It's like, oh wow, you managed to express that just purely graphically. You didn't have to give me any other cues. It's like, oh, the illusion of the strip
Intimacy.
club.
Yeah.
What even is this?
I never did this mission.
I watched someone else play this the other day, but I don't. The thing is like the characters talk at you so much, and like you just kind of tune it out, or at least I was. So I'm not sure what you're supposed to be doing here.
I don't think it's not a great stream game.
I'm coming for you.
Yeah, I feel like you have to kind of focus on what they're actually talking to you about.
And it's impossible not to talk over it, like you were saying.
What? I got run over.
Oh, I haven't
She
seen
ran
it yet.
over me!
Oh, there it is. Yeah. That bitch.
I want my purple weapon. Oh, he had a green one too.
Open the door. I'll cover.
See, that's infuriating.
What?
Oh, can you not pick it up?
No.
Sometimes you randomly just can't get them.
Oh.
Try picking up the body. Can you do that? I don't think you can because he's a robot.
Oh, I had it for a second. I had the hitbox for a second. Oh. Well, there's another one that I should be able to pick up, but cannot. Oh, there's
I
another
guess they
one.
try to do that so if stuff was all bunched up together, you could be precise.
This one's got the bug too.
I wonder if that model is just too big. Like the weapon is under it.
You can't hit it. There's like the hitbox on it's too small.
Take a
Because you have to be
purple
really
one.
close.
Something blew
It
up
seems
over
like
here.
It seems like you don't loot the bodies in this game. You loot the loot, and the bodies can get in the way.
I wonder what the logic was for that decision.
The hell is this bullshit over here?
Sony's taking refunds for the PS4 version. Wow.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if that.
Go ahead.
I wonder if that was secretly like they knew how bad it was. They put it out anyway because everybody would be like, "I'm getting a PS5. This is ridiculous."
Some of the
Good luck
screenshots,
finding a PS5.
the screenshots from the PS4 version are just like, wow, this is. I don't, you know, it wouldn't cost them anything to just make it cross-platform. It's just like, oh yeah, you can buy it for the PS4. Yeah, no big deal. Just go download the PS5 version. No
Yeah, on
refund.
that PS5 that you paid $2,000 for.
Is that how high they are? Last I heard, most people were paying like 1,500 for them.
Wait, was I supposed to rescue that guy?
I've not tried to kill a main character yet. Have you tried that?
In the stream I watched, the guy died as well. And the lady who's driving you around was very upset by that. I'm not sure why, but
I do a lot of missions where it's like optional, remain silent, don't get detected, and I just go in and kill everybody. And the girl on the phone's always upset about it, but she always pays me.
Isn't that one of the?
Now, step back.
No, you go.
Back. Toss your weapons, or I'll shoot. I repeat.
You don't
Drop
see the
your
shit
weapons
you're in?
now.
You shoot him,
Escalated.
and a millisecond later, you'll eat lead too.
I let him go. I'll still eat lead.
Shoot
Shut
him.
up.
Look around. You're fresh out of
We'll
church.
see about
For
that.
fuck's sake, fucking shoot him
Shut the
already!
fuck up.
Fuck!
Pan Am!
God damn it!
Oh shit.
Are you alright?
Just some scratches.
You fucking morons!
Did you get hit? Hang on, girl. I'll patch you
It's
up.
nothing.
Have you ever given any thought to what your move would be if you had a gun to your head like that?
I'd probably just die.
Started shooting rockets and shit.
Well,
Just being realistic.
but I mean, you know, would you take any action?
Mitch? Mitch?
I don't know.
He's safe,
Pan
right?
Am, I'm sorry. I didn't make it in
I
time.
feel like I'm the kind of person like
No!
who would fight back,
Sure?
but the gun might scare me enough to make me freeze up.
I think the move has to be anytime that gun comes away from your
pilot
head,
didn't have to die.
you go at
This
it
close to caving.
He was
with a
armed,
singular
close to
focus.
panic. Could have done something stupid, like
He was
kill me.
terrified. All he wanted to hear was he had a chance to get out of this alive.
Save your breath, V. I could not risk the life of a friend.
So like, I'm aggressive even with people who are like
I don't know
catcalling
what
and
you would
stuff.
have done in my shoes.
But if someone held a gun to me, I'm so small. Like, I don't know that that would end well for me. Like, I don't think I would be able to get it away from someone who was much bigger or stronger.
V?
But what's going to happen otherwise is
Guy could
very
be
likely to be just as bad.
True.
Useful for
So
what?
it's a question
To
of,
back up? Or to shoot Mitch?
do you hang on to hope?
These guys are soldiers.
Something that bothers me about movies, but and maybe this is just the human.
They killed Scorpion. You understand?
You freeze at the cheese counter.
True.
I do.
That's why I said my first answer was die.
Lecture me all you like.
But
Changes
I guess it's just the human preservation instinct. But like in a
For
movie
anyone
where
I care
they
about, I would have
are
done
going to
the
kill
same.
somebody and they're like, all right, let's walk into the woods so we can kill you. Why would you walk into the woods?
Yeah, that's my thing. Like,
Why dive straight for the AV? Didn't
that's
notice
what I
the
don't
weapons?
understand. Like,
We saw it was damaged. We know this.
when
land
people kind of
we
get
were
quiet when they
all-
get
we had no
catcalled. I
idea
mean, I
this
understand that on some level, but at the same time, like when that's happened to me and someone's been disrespectful to me, I usually get angry and yell.
Couldn't have been more wrong.
Oh, you like my ass, huh? And then like all of a sudden they get real weird about it
Meet
because
the
you're
guy
making
who's
them feel
riding
more
this AV.
uncomfortable.
You know anything, see anything.
Took 'em with 'em.
What if they
In
just
our
keep rolling with
car.
it? And you're like, they're like, damn straight I do.
West, small
Work
No
it.
one, no one has ever done that because I think it's more of just like a power thing. Like, oh, I can say these nasty things to young girls
Yeah,
because
we tried to
whatever.
warn you, but couldn't
And
get
when someone actually like calls them out on that behavior, they're not
Car,
used to it.
We might be able to follow their tracks.
I guess I should be happy that I don't have any of that in me.
Stay with Mitch.
Because when
I'll be
people
fine.
describe that, when a lot of times, you know, people be like, well, rape is really mostly not about sex. It's just about like power and domination.
I won't let that.
And I'm
Well,
thinking
you
like,
with
what?
No
I don't feel like I would get anything out of that.
Go.
Yeah, because you're a normal person.
But I'm not.
We'll leave my ride here just in case.
So think about how
Just
abnormal
watch
that
the
has to
gun
be.
once the jet.
Yeah.
We'll go by bike.
Sounds solid. Can't Kang Tao lost contact with her AV. Probably looking for it. Better hurry. But Pan Am.
On a similar like note,
Right.
I promise.
talking about like, you know, what would you do if you had a gun to your head? I remember
Before they send a
me and my
rescue
mom were
party.
watching Lord of the Rings once, and you know the scene where like Shelob comes down the big spider,
Look,
and you know they have to fight it or whatever. And I looked at my mom and I was like, "What do you think I would do in that scenario?" And she goes, "You would die." She didn't even look up from the book she was reading. She was like, you would die, because I hated spiders when I was younger too. I was so scared of them.
I don't think very many people could come out ahead against the giant spider.
No.
You help me with Nick. In my mind, I owe you a favor. Your helmet. I will
Because
find
spiders are
so
fast.
that's what this is.
Yeah. Well, and Shelob was too.
you. No. No.
Also, the book
Oh,
or the
Zorn.
movie like didn't do her full justice, because in the book they described like a stinking slime coming from her belly.
Go far.
They chose not to include that detail in the movie, and she's way more repulsive in the book.
How about that video game that turns her into a hot chick?
Oh, that made me so angry.
That guy's on fire.
He's fine.
He's got a green
He'll
square
wake up any
too.
minute.
There's so many green squares that I can't do anything about.
It seems worse for you than it was for me. Maybe it's just
Our
this
guys were
area.
here.
No unwanted. Let's
I
follow.
bet it,
Find them.
because this happens in a lot of video games, I bet those items are falling into the environment.
Ooh, can I take a motorcycle? Whoops.
Scorpion 7 would hate Night City.
He knew you that well.
Probably better than I know myself. He said when I'd had enough of the city, we would stock up on canned kibble, fill a couple of thermoses with coffee and whiskey.
A good poke might break a leg on a spider. Well, that's how Sam gets him in both the movie and the book.
It's got 7 more.
All I see is cracked concrete and rust. If they thought they would call
Yeah, but like what he doesn't hit its legs. I mean, he tries to, it doesn't do anything, but like he holds the sword up, and what kills it is it tries to like sting him, and she throws her whole weight onto the sword.
Wipe them out, me!
Yeah, that's perfect. Good job.
There, I admit.
That tree didn't see what was coming.
It's fine. Oops.
I see a sniper. Careful.
That's fine.
Time to end this.
The rest must have taken Hellman with them.
If they manage to regroup and call for help, we're out of luck.
Better hurry then.
Oops. I'm carrying too much crap.
Better hurry then. As you slowly start digging through your inventory.
Let's have some of that. Ooh, and let's eat some tomato juice and some other thing and locust pizza. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, we can take all this stuff apart. Let's see. Let's take that apart. Oh yeah, 74 damage per second. That seems like garbage.
B-Boy Nitrous gifted a tier 1 sub.
Oh,
to
thanks.
Wed26. Thanks.
Yeah, we gotta go like before too long.
That's one of our.
Yeah, it is 11:18.
This game does give you a little bit of that one more mission.
Enough. There's nobody.
Well, I've
Better
had
check where Kang Tao
I've been in like this where
You were right. Nomad's card
it's
They tried to put her back on her feet.
you know, like the mission is like kind of going on or kind of not, and I save it and I come back and it puts me all the way back at the beginning of the mission, and it's like, oh, I don't want that now for sure.
Think you wrecked that bike.
It's fine. Just get right back on there.
Damn it.
Taking the tree at full throttle.
I mean, it shouldn't be that wrecked. Does that mean I have
Yeah.
to walk from here?
It's not like that front wheel absorbing the entire impact
Left a
would
few
have
peeps
affected it.
behind at the airstrip. Rest went with Hellman.
I would have done the same. They're looking to call their people. The last they want is to ride through the desert without backup. I hope Mitch contacted the Aldecaldos.
Wife gift ideas. Wife is an international ethics and compliance lawyer, if that helps. What does she have any hobbies?
What?
In
Jesus
addition,
Christ. International ethics and compliance? What's that?
didn't we do a news story about someone who did that in China? And I was like, aren't Chinese companies notorious for not caring about like the ethics of copyright and things like that?
Well, she might be involved in making sure the Chinese companies can get away with that, or, you know, not try to get away with that in other countries.
Sounds like
That's
a fancy for spy.
How about, have you thought about getting her a PS5?
Does complaining about me count as a hobby? That's sad. Does she like to cook? Does she enjoy drinking tea? Does she do art stuff? Does she like to go outside? Work on cars? I don't know. I'm throwing out anything I can think of.
What was that?
Was that just a person in an invisible car?
Oh,
Yeah, it was.
I also just saw that.
Here's what you do. I didn't see what that username was. Get her like a really nice pair of memory foam, like sheepskin slippers, and also get her a female marital aid. And then that way, if she doesn't like the slippers, she can go fuck herself.
Okay, covering you.
I personally, I love getting really nice wool socks, but I don't know if that's just me getting old and boring, or if that's something that everyone enjoys.
Ooh, there's lots of stuff that can catch on fire at the gas station.
Man, you need that arm rocket mod. That'd be perfect here. Sniper rifle probably also. Oh, can you hack them and blow them up?
Probably.
Now, I don't know if you
Smart wool style.
I don't know if you know this yet, but you don't have to do these all at the same time. They can be done sequentially.
I didn't know that.
Unless they share. See, like now you're going to burn one of these because I think. So you want to go for the third tier, probably. Well, I don't know. Camera shutdown might be what you're after.
Oh, I failed. This is impossible.
Get good. Birthstone necklace. Guns are always a good gift.
Tough to
Delete
find
trade
right now, though. Plus ammo.
I have a wool shirt from Duluth Trade Company. I'm wearing it right now. $22 for a pair of socks? Yes, 100% worth it. I mean, partly because I hike a lot and like good socks are worth their weight in gold, but even without that, I pretty much only wear these now.
Oh,
And I've had a pair for like 4 years now, and they've still not worn out.
those are super thermal though, right? I can't stand socks that are too warm.
They do keep your feet nice and warm. So like if you do a river crossing in these socks, what's amazing is even if it's really cold water, once you're out on the other side, your feet still feel fairly warm. They're wet, but they're warm when wet.
I can't tell you how many times a day I have to do river crossings.
Crafty but has no time. Recently dropped a log on her foot and punctured her foot. Steel toe boots, maybe? That might be good. The thing with footwear, though, is like it can be specific. So maybe you get her like, I don't know, like let's go out and pick out a nice pair of boots. But clothes are actually one of the things that are like off limits as a gift. For my husband, he was like, please don't buy me shirts. Because he's like particular about how they fit.
Nomad.
I recognize them.
Drop
The
any
clans.
weapons and come out.
I like Red Wing boots if that's what if you are committed to doing that idea for her. They're a little pricey, but
I will personally find you and bury you.
I was supposed to turn off all cameras, and it did turn off all the cameras.
It's time limited.
Hello? Where are you?
So it seems like he would be able to see her on that thing there.
I think video games give children a very unrealistic expectation on how long it takes to choke somebody out.
You think you stand a chance? Huh?
I live 25 miles north of Red Wing. Ah,
Well, you should go get that guy's wife some shoes.
no, that's him. He lives close to Red Wing.
Oh, okay. So just go steal some boots.
They're made in the U.S. That's why I picked them when I was in the market.
Oh. We won't have any of that anti-Chinese propaganda in this stream, Krista, please. It's 2020, Krista. Joe Biden's going to be president. We don't talk about the Chinese anymore.
You think you stand a
Is there a
chance?
supply crate on top of that building?
Seems like it.
My wife and I have this arrangement where we tell each other what we want for Christmas and then we buy it for each other.
Surrender.
Never understood that. Probably from the same checking account.
Yeah.
You won't get out of this alive, bastards!
Wow. You know you're a badass when you just eat a grenade right at your feet.
Lay it on him.
What kind of crafts does she do? I'm like interested. We have to find the perfect gift.
Fire! Fire!
It's basically we understand we have to go through the motions, but neither of us is super. What's the idea of Christmas in general?
Go, go, go!
We're just gonna hang out on Christmas together. That's our plan this year.
I died.
Oh.
Got me with a rocket.
Oh.
I gotta load the last checkpoint anyway, so good night, everybody.
Yeah. Bye, chat. Cross stitch. Get her cross stitching. Get her some new thread.